Okay, so there is a distinct lack of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 information, and I'm kind of in withdrawal right now. Since there's not really much new information that's come out that I can really talk about, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about some of Xenoverse's problems and see if we can't get any of those types of things improved in the second game. Now, for the most part, they seem to have taken a lot of our biggest complaints about Xenoverse 2, and they have gone and fixed them. They've already confirmed that there is going to be something to fix the broken RNG from Xenoverse 1. There's going to be no more draining ki when you're Super Saiyan, no Super Saiyan spamming or anything like that. They're even talking about how there's going to be a lot more customization in Xenoverse 2 than there would be in the first game. Just in general, it looks like they're taking everything that was bad about Xenoverse 1 and they're making it what they should have been. I thought I'd go ahead and talk about something that we haven't really gotten any information on, but I would very much like to see improved in the second game, and I'm hoping that they do this right. Xenoverse 1 had a new yet not new system in the game called Parallel Quests, and it's essentially just side missions. That's really all it is. You see that a lot of times in different RPG games. It's nothing new. But there was some pretty stupid stuff about these parallel quests, and if there's going to be parallel quests in Xenoverse 2, they need to be handled with a lot more care than they were in Xenoverse 1, because it was kind of just like they threw in together stuff and they just said, fuck it, this works. So I want to get the biggest points out of the way really quick, and that's about the stupid, downright idiotic difficulty factors in these parallel quests. There are a select few missions in the game that are unnaturally unbalanced, super difficult, and annoying to play through. And there are certain factors in those missions that play into it, and I want to talk about them. I want to make sure that Bandai knows that these things are an issue and they need to be fixed in Xenoverse 2. So first of all, this is something that everybody has experienced. Everybody's always had complaints about this. It's non-flinching enemies. We can't have those anymore. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, when you're playing through a mission like Dangerous Duo, where you collect Dragon Balls, but at the same time you gotta deal with Broly on your back. Now, if you don't take care of all the Dragon Balls and you go to fight Broly, he has this unflinching shield so that every time you punch him, he doesn't flinch. So if you try to hit him while he has that unflinching shield up, he can stop your combo, whatever you're doing, and hit you instead. The same goes for the mission that had you facing up against Super Saiyan God Goku, where he kept on running away and you eventually had to fight him in space. These non-flinching shields, they need to go. I don't know who got it in their head that this would be a great thing to add extra difficulty to a mission, but it's not difficult, it's annoying, it's tedious, it's stupid, and it shouldn't be there. If you want to make something more difficult, give them a smarter AI, give them more health, make their attacks deal more damage, something along those lines. Also, something that people tended to have a lot of complaints about is your team's AI. Now, often, when you're playing through these parallel quests, the enemies you fight, they can be pretty smart. Sometimes they can be downright stupid and walk right into your attacks, but other times they are actually really smart and really powerful enemies to face. But the problem is, your team's AI is downright retarded. In fact, it's extremely apparent in one of the most difficult missions in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Eternal Rivals. Everybody has gripes about Eternal Rivals. Just for the fact that you have to fight so many variations of Goku and Vegeta, and your AI teammates can't fight any of them. It's 3 versus 2, and your AI teammates are almost always guaranteed to be knocked out before you even get to the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan forms. So please, if we don't want to play online because the lag is getting real, if you just want a nice casual experience where people aren't cutting into your combos, and you want some teammates to keep the other annoying enemies off your back, make the AI teammates better. Make them smarter. Make them at least be able to handle themselves against an AI opponent. And also, this is something that bugged me to no end, because there are a select few missions that got on my nerves when I was grinding for clothes, when I was grinding for moves, just whenever I went through them to try to get something, and the thing I was trying to get was tied to an ultimate ending. Getting those requirements for those certain select missions was a chore. Good lord, it is the worst thing I have ever had to go through. Like, one of these missions, it was Cell Games Continued. You had to fight like all the Ginyu Force, you had to fight both androids, you had to fight Gohan, Piccolo, and Videl. The ultimate ending has to be the most incomparable requirements I have ever seen. And those requirements are defeat Videl and Piccolo before Gohan, and then win without defeating Cell, which is worded very poorly because Cell shows up on your team and you have to protect him. Really? Defeat Videl and Piccolo before Gohan? How am I supposed to trust my own AI partners to not go after Gohan while I'm taking care of Videl and Piccolo? And on top of that, when you have to deal with these missions where you have to protect one of your teammates and if they die, you lose, they are so fucking stupid because the AI of the enemies that are trying to take care of your teammate that you have to protect otherwise you lose, they will almost always 100% go for that one person. And even if they don't, or even if you use the taunt ability to make sure that they stay focused on you, the AI of the teammate that you're trying to protect is so downright stupid that when the guys that you're fighting, that you're supposed to be protecting your guy from, use an ultimate attack like a super Kamehameha or something like that, the fucking brain-dead idiot that we're trying to protect will always jump in front of it like a fucking moron. And along the lines of those whole making sure not to defeat a certain enemy before these other enemies to reach this ultimate ending, there's another one that is notoriously annoying when I grinded for this move. And that mission is the small but strong mission. It's essentially where you have to fight Goku, even when he goes Super Saiyan 3, Pan, and GT Trunks. Now the ultimate ending for that is to defeat Goku and Trunks before Pan. Why Pan? Of all people, I cannot trust my AI companions to not go after Pan because she is weak. She has no health. Even my inept AI partners will be able to take out Pan before I can deal with Goku and Trunks. Some of these missions don't even have a problem with the ultimate endings themselves. They actually have a problem with their overall mission design. One of them, notoriously, I was playing this last night. I've been trying to go through this over and over and over again without having to do this. But I was forced to. I was forced to play in a certain way.
And it made me feel like a piece of shit!
So, Eternal Rival. What's so wrong about that mission, you might be asking? Well, you have to go through every stage of forms that Goku and Vegeta has, all the way up until Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, but you don't actually get to fight the Super Saiyan God form of Goku. They have some really smart AI. They are pretty damn difficult to beat on your own. And the issue here is it is impossible to beat this mission legitimately. You know how I have to beat this mission? I have to spam. And I hate that I have to do that. I have to play online multiplayer with other people, because even playing online with 3 maxed out players, it is still impossible to beat legitimately. The only time I was ever able to beat this mission was to spam. The reason why is because you always run out of time. There is not enough time to deal with them. When you get to the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan areas, they have a metric fuck ton of health and a metric fuck ton of damage resistance. I couldn't even get the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan forms down to their second bar before the timer ran out. With 3 online maxed out players, it was impossible to finish then, and I was forced to spam just to get anything done. And on top of that, I didn't even get the move that I wanted. Bottom line is the ultimate ending designs for these missions are atrocious. I know you wanted complexity, I know you wanted something to be extra difficult, but this is not how you do it. Go for simplicity. Anything simpler than beat this guy and this guy before this guy, but when you beat this guy, make sure this guy doesn't die. No, don't do that. That's too much. That's way too much. Okay, now that I got the main points out of my head, let's go ahead and get to the smaller stuff that I'm pretty sure is going to be fixed based on what Bandai has said so far. But basically, when you're playing through these missions, we need a guaranteed way to get these skills. Now, I read somewhere, I forgot exactly where it was, but I read somewhere that you get some skills by training with masters at the school. I think it was when they presented that gameplay during a Japan Expo. But they said that you can go to that school, whatever it is, in Kanton City, and you can train with masters there to get their skills. You can do that in Xenoverse 1, but I'm hoping that it's a little bit more this time in Xenoverse 2. But if that's not the only way to get skills, we should be guaranteed a certain reward tier based on how well we do during these parallel quests. Like, for example, if I get a Z ranking, I should be getting at least one of the moves from that mission. And also, I know how tired and so fucking tired people are of taking down great ape after great ape after great ape after great ape, all for that one level. We need better XP rewards for some of these parallel quests, because unfortunately, the only mission that was actually worth doing in order to get any amount of XP for Dragon Ball Xenoverse was Great Ape Festival. And people are sick to death of taking down great ape after great ape after great ape. It's boring. It got boring. It almost burned me completely out of Xenoverse. So please, give us better diversity when it comes to XP during these missions. So in general, that's all I got for what we really need in these parallel quests for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, if that's still going to be a thing. This is only if parallel quests are still going to be a thing in Xenoverse 2 Who knows, they might do something completely different from the parallel quest system. We'll just have to wait and see. But if this is how it's going to be in Xenoverse 2, if you're going to have parallel quests, these types of things need to be addressed because they were a huge problem in Xenoverse 1. That's all I got for today. I'll see you guys in the next video.